I think they tried to push it up to 75 and they failed, but ding ding. Yeah, they got control of it buying the 70 strike. All right. Let's take a look at how everything went down. So we got a pretty big drop on indexes over the course of the day. With a very, very mild recovery from that drop. We're still very much in a bear flag going into the overnight session. I will say that upside call interest for tomorrow's expiration right now doesn't look very good. We may even see futures sell off here a bit in after hours just because there's so little support in that range. So yeah, this puts us back in the neutral range. Obviously, our bear test failed. We bounced back out of there and, closed above the signal line. We saw VIX move up about 3.33% today. ES down 56 BPS, NQ down 101, Dow down 10 points, and Russell still kind of squeezing up. Russell up 100 BPS. Dixie at the end of the day up 45. Yields across the curve up, but with the highest gains at the 2 and the 5. The 2, the 5, and the 10. So the mid range of the curve really, really moving up pretty strongly. Commodities down quite hard today. I'm not actually sure why. I assume it's a response to the spike in gold and the rise in dollar value. We're seeing the 1-month correlation turn around a bit, but 3-month correlation's continuing to tick up. So more near-term short vol, less longer-term short vol being sold, which may be why we're starting to see volatility climb a bit. Carry trade's still breaking down, but it did come back a little bit today. This is something to note, is that the forward returns of volatility have moved almost back to zero. They're quite close. And if the forward returns on volatility turn positive, that's going to create demand on volatility. Bond vol up a little bit today. Still no significant change in VIX week over week. I don't know if this is right, but 88.86% of the index still above its 20-day moving average, so nothing's really fallen off that hard. I mean, we're kind of just back to where we were like Thursday of last week. Yeah, that's about it for the broader market. GME still has a little bit of liquidity to run off, although not much, but the tips haven't turned around yet. We'll see how that looks in the morning, especially in the pre-market when, we see kind of liquidity expand for the day and how much there's going to be available. It is very close to Gamma Max, but it did not close above it. That may give an opportunity for Gamma Max to move up overnight. If it does, that may, precipitate more call buying and, open up more range. So still a little bit to cover there, but not a lot. Most of the covering seems to be needed on the underlying. ETFs seem to be pretty liquid. So I would say if there's any covering there, it'll probably be brief. Careful of rug pulls on that. Same goes here for Upstart. Upstart got a little bit more covering above Gamma Max today, and it's holding above Gamma Max. But again, if more call interest doesn't come in to propel it upwards, then the upside becomes really, really risky. Fubo is still getting shorted, even though it's climbing. Obviously, indexes are pressuring it up, but they're definitely shorting into the upside on it, and so it's not breaking out yet, but it's very close. And if it breaks above 63, I don't really know where our top is on that. I mean, we'd be looking to like 460 and $5 at that point. And as it runs out into the longer dated call interest, that's like the leap calls at 4, 5, 6. There's quite a lot of them. So that could get kind of spicy if it continues to push up, despite their efforts to keep it under 350. They're not really succeeding much. Top got shorted pretty heavily today, but managed to hold $2. Depending on how much covering needs to be done in the morning, that might push it up above $2, and then it can kind of run from there. Beyond was shorted pretty heavily right there into the end of the day. However, covering is occurring, and today is its first day with any significant volume. So I'd imagine that we'll continue to see covering there. If not due to index pressure, due to the fact that it's been on reg show for 24 days, and there's a lot of backed up FTDs. So that one continues to be pretty interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I will see all of you tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everybody. Later.